Hey boys, it's HarmNone. Today we're going to be going over what to buy and what to avoid this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. I'm not at my usual setup, so forgive me for not having the face cam today, but we got a pretty good week on our hands, especially if you like the auto shop contracts. Before we go ahead and get into that, there are a couple of things you guys should know about. We have Motor Madness continuing over from last week, so if you purchase a vehicle from Simeon's, Luxury Autos, or the LS Car Meet, you will receive a special outfit item. So consider doing that. We also have free horn customization and LS Car Meet memberships available this week as well. The weekly challenge this week is going to be to win 2 LS Car Meet races to get the Bright Manor racing suit and $100,000. We also have 5 times LS Car Meet rep this week, so that's pretty awesome. And the best money bonus of the week is going to be double money and RP on the auto shop robbery contract finales. So that's going to be a really good way to earn money. LS Car Meet Series races are also on double money and double RP, as well as the Junk Energy time trial and the RC Bandito time trial as well. Additionally, we also have double money and double RP on the Hot Ring Circuit races too. So if you're trying to make money this week, I would absolutely recommend using the auto shop contracts to your full advantage, but those LS Car Meet races on double money and RP and 5 times LS Car Meet rep are going to be pretty good too. Same with the Hot Ring Circuit races as well, so consider doing those too. Now we have more discounts continuing over from last week. The following stuff is going to be 50% off, and that includes LS Tuners racing suits, HSW performance upgrades, Benny's conversions, turbo upgrades, and blue and yellow tire smoke customization options. All of that is still 50% off carried over from last week. Getting started with our property discount this week, we also have auto shops 40% off, including upgrades and modifications. Now there are a couple of auto shop locations. Honestly, any of them are pretty good, but the more north you go, generally, you're probably gonna be a better spot. However, I really like the Mission Row location. That's the one that I use. As far as upgrades go for an auto shop, there are a couple of things that are important now. Style, tint, and the emblem, that stuff does not matter. Staff members, however, do kind of matter, and these guys used to be really awful, and now they're just kind of okay. And what I mean by that is that you can hire these people and they will go and they will deliver your auto shop customer vehicles for you. However, they used to lose money almost all the time. Now they only lose money sometimes when they do this. Now, they will save you a lot of time. You will still get paid. You will still make a profit on any car you deal with your auto shop customer cars. You just might make less of a profit than if you delivered it yourself, but time is money at the same time. I would personally say in today's day and age, these staff members probably are worth getting because they're just simply going to save you time. There's a lot of ways you can make the money back in the same amount of time that it would take you to drive the car to the customer to drop it off. I think staff members aren't that bad. If you're going to be spending enough money on an auto shop this week, like if you're going to be spending 1.5 mil on an auto shop, I think you might as well get the staff members. I just think it's worth it. As far as extras go, a personal quarters will allow you to spawn there, and the extra car lift will allow a second car to spawn in that you can then customize and send back to the customer. So you can make more money by having that second car lift. So I recommend getting the second car lift, and I recommend getting the staff. Personal quarters, get it if you want to spawn in your auto shop. I don't really think it's that necessary though, so I would avoid it personally. Over on the Dynasty 8 real estate website, we also have garages on sale this week as well. Now, any garage is on sale now. This is not an apartment with a garage, this is garages specifically. And as you can see, they're 40% off. So if you need some space for your cars, now is going to be a really good time to get some. I would recommend going for some of these cheaper 10-car garages. I think they're great to store vehicles, and I mean, they cost like nothing essentially. So this is what I would recommend buying. Moving on to some vehicles that are discounted as well. We have the Bravado Banshee GTS carrying over from last week. It is still 40% off. This is still the fastest HSW car in GTA Online, and it's the fastest non-HSW car in GTA Online that's not boosted with like a rocket booster or something like that. It's really fast. It has pretty good handling for being rear wheel drive. It has a missile lock-on jammer available for it. Customization wise, there's some good stuff you can do to it. Overall, for $1.2 million, this is a car you cannot go wrong with. So I highly recommend buying this one. Scrolling further down, we have the Ubermacht Cypher and the Emperor Vector. Both of these cars are pretty good. The Emperor Vector being one of the best cars to use in the tuners class races. So it might be something you're interested in if you're trying to win those races. Now, there are better cars technically now, but it is one of the best. It features all-wheel drive. It has a really good sounding exhaust. It's got a lot of customization because it's from the Tuners DLC, of course. Overall, it's a pretty good car. For $800,000, you kind of can't go wrong with it in my opinion. The Ubermacht Cypher, if you can get it for the trade price of $700,000, is also very good. This thing has drift tuning available for it, which is really interesting, and it's honestly a lot of fun. It is one of the better drift cars in the game, I would say, and customization wise, again, it is also from the Tuners DLC, meaning it has a ton of stuff that can be done to it. Plus, it's a really good car. It's based off the BMW M2. It's a great vehicle. I would highly recommend this one as well, especially if you have the trade price. Now, if you don't have the trade price, I would recommend it less so, but if you got the trade price, I think it's worth it. Scrolling further down under the two-door section, we also have the Enos Paragon R discounted this week for $543,000. This thing has a missile lock-on jammer available for it, and this is truly one of my favorite sports cars in GTA Online. It's based off the Bentley Continental GT Super Sport. It has good customization. It has all-wheel drive. It has great handling. It's got great acceleration and a great launch off the line. It's really good looking too. I think for $543,000, this is one you cannot go wrong with. Scrolling further down, we have the Pegassi Torero, and this is one you can go wrong with, unfortunately. Now, what I will preface this by saying is that if you want a garage ornament, if you don't care about driving the car necessarily, the Torero is not that bad. It's just not a very good car to drive due to very strange handling. It has a very weird oversteer versus understeer bias. The rear end will oversteer randomly and the front end will understeer randomly, not allowing you to turn fully in a corner or turning away too much and you go into a ditch. The Torero is really cool customization wise though, and it does have the missile lock-on jammer available for it now, which is pretty cool. For $700,000 though, I mean, the only way I would really recommend this is like if you've been wanting a Torero for a long time and you've never had one, now would be the time to do it. But for most players, I'm going to go ahead and say to avoid the Torero. It just really isn't that fun to drive. Over on Warstock Cash and Carry, we have the HVY Chernobog discounted this week. Now, this thing has had a price reduction as of a few years ago, so it's a lot more affordable than it used to be. Going for $1,050,000 if you don't have the trade price, or $787,500 if you do have the trade price. Now, the Chernobog unfortunately has absolutely no armor. However, what it does have is the longest lock-on distance of any vehicle in GTA Online, and it has really good missiles. So this thing is really good as far as anti-air goes, but it is a glass cannon, so if a jet can manage to sneak up on you and get close enough to get a shot off or a missile off, you're cooked. But if you can manage to get your shots off first, they are probably cooked. The Chernobog is it's a fantastic looking vehicle, but the only thing is that you will need to own a facility in order to own it in the first place. So if you don't have a facility, you can't buy it anyways. This is one that I would only really recommend for people that play like PvP, but even then, a lot of the PvP guys are just gonna take you out in the Chernobog because you're kind of a sitting duck. In fact, when you go to shoot the rear turret on this thing, you have to raise the stilts from the driver's seat, and this thing is like completely stationary. The wheels are off the ground until you raise those stilts again, and then you can drive away. But you also are gonna have to get out of the rear seat and back into the driver's seat in between that time. So if you're facing anybody who's on the ground, you're basically done for in this thing. In fact, even if you take out a jet, the player that was in the jet after they respawn, they're gonna get you pretty much instantly. So this is one that is like, it's a really cool vehicle, but it's very, very situational. If you want one for $1,050,000 or just like about $800,000, I don't think it's the worst purchase ever, but it's probably not going to be as useful as you would hope. So I would say to avoid it for most players, honestly, even though it is really cool. I think most people just aren't going to get enough use out of this thing to make it worth it. Scrolling further down on Warstock, we have the Dash Hound. Don't do that. There's no way in which this is worth it. So yeah, please don't buy it. It's a Pegasus vehicle. It's not good. Don't buy it, please. Moving on to Southern San Andreas Super Autos, we have the Vapid Desert Raid for $486,500. Unfortunately, the Vapid Desert Raid, as cool as it looks and as awesome as trophy trucks are, this thing kind of falls short, and I would honestly recommend buying the Vapid Trophy Truck over the Desert Raid any day. And the main reason for this is this thing is super top heavy, whereas the trophy truck is not. They came out at the same time, they came out with the same DLC. Obviously the Desert Raid is discounted this week and the trophy truck isn't. I just personally don't think it's worth buying the Desert Raid though, because it just simply is not that good. 500k, I don't really think this thing is that worth it, especially in this day and age. It doesn't really hold up, especially as good as the trophy truck does. Under the motorcycle category, we have the Nagasaki Hot Rod Blazer discounted this week for $41,400. Massive savings here, guys, of like 30 grand. If you want one, buy one. It's such a little amount of money. I don't really think it's going to matter to like anyone if they buy this or don't. So maybe give it a shot if you never have. Within the casino this week, we have the Ocelot R88 available to be won. Pretty decent vehicle for free. I wouldn't recommend buying one, but if you can get it for free, I mean, definitely go for it. Within the LS car meet, we have the Ocelot Virtue available to be won, and in order to win this thing, you're going to have to place top 3 in 3 races in the LS car meet, but it's not spread out over a period of days, so you can get this all done in one evening, one day, whatever you want to do. The Virtue is awesome. It is a free vehicle for completing the first and last dose missions from the Drug Wars DLC. However, if you can get another free one here, I mean, you might as well. Within the LS car meet, these vehicles are all discounted. Same vehicles that were on the websites. We got the Ubermark Cypher here. We got the Banshee GTS, and of course the Emperor Vector as well. This Cypher livery, I think is available at all times, but it is really cool looking, so maybe consider buying that. But we've already gone over these cars, so you know what I think about them, you know whether I recommend them or not. But we do have the Ubermark Niobe here with HSW available for $3 million. I would just recommend making your own, as I usually do. Within Simeon's this week, we have quite a weird selection of vehicles. We have the Lampadati Felon GT here, which is a vehicle you can steal off the street. It's going to cost you $66,620. It's discounted this week, which is odd. We have the Western Rat Bike as well for $48,000. We have the DeClassy Lifeguard in here as well, available for $519,000, also discounted, by the way, in case you were wondering. It's very strange. We also have the Dubachi Rapid GT here for $79,200, again discounted, and the Overflawed Entity XF as well for $477,000 on discount as well. The Entity XF is a really good car. I would recommend that for that price. The Rapid GT as well for like 80 grand. You cannot go wrong with that, possibly. The Lifeguard is cool, but it's not necessary to buy. I don't think it's worth like $500,000. That's kind of crazy. Felon GT is awesome if you want to get one for cheap, but I would recommend just stealing it off the street, honestly. And the Western Rat Bike is $48,000, so you make that decision yourself. The priority file within the Garment Factory this week is going to be the Brute Force file. And for your salvage yard robberies, we do have one vehicle available that is claimable this week. But getting started with the cargo ship robbery, we got the Grotti Turismo Omaggio. Then we have the Gangbanger robbery that will give you the Obey Omnis with an LS car meet vanity plate, and that is going to be claimable this week. And then there's the McTony robbery that'll get you the Vapid Hustler, which you can sell as well as the Omaggio, so that's interesting. Within luxury autos, for those of you that were curious, we got the Shih Tzu Katora and the Progen Luiva available in here. The gun van location today, the day this video is coming out, is right here, just above Fort Zancudo. And within the gun van this week, we do have a pretty good discount on the railgun specifically. The railgun is going to be 50% off this week, but also in here we have the combat shotgun precision rifle, never buy that, compact rifle, MG, and the machete. For throwables, we got tear gas, grenades, and proximity mines, and for body armor, it is, of course, 10% off. Your RC Bandito time trial today is Construction Site 1. Your Junk Energy time trial is Sewer System. Your regular time trial is Stab City this week. And of course, your HSW time trial is Del Perro Beach to Myriad Heights. So it's going to start right here, and it's going to end all the way over here at this factory right there. So anyway, guys, there you have it. That's been it for what to buy and what to avoid this week in Grand Theft Auto Online. I'm excited for next week. Hopefully we get some pretty good bonuses, or at least some good discounts and stuff like that. Not that this week's are terrible, but they're just not that exciting, especially since half of them are remaining from last week. But anyway, guys, if you enjoyed the video, if you learned something, if you found it informative, a like is of course appreciated. If not, dislike, consider subscribing if you guys are new. And with that being said, I'll see you guys tomorrow in the weekly money guide. Until then, take care. Peace.